I'm at a point right now, thanks to you, that like I definitely I came into a different understanding of money probably around like 2019. Like once I had 3 books out, and I'm like, okay, I can do this full time if I wanted to. I still was, had one foot in my wine and spirit stuff,
Yeah.
but then I had another foot in like being Rollo Tomasi, right? And that didn't really, the real transition didn't happen until 2020, and then I was like, okay, I'm going to do this full time. But my understanding of money really fundamentally changed at that point, because now I'm like, okay, what's important to me? Like, what do I want to do with this? Do I want to sit on top of my cash, or do I want to actually like reinvest this into something? Do I want to be a good investor of my talent? Like in the Bible, they say, you have 5 talents, you invest the talents and kind of thing like that.
Yeah.
So like, what do I want to do with the talents that I have, and how can I make those grow, and how can I make those? And so it put me into a much different understanding of money. Whereas money prior to this, when I was in the gig economy and I was doing what I was doing prior, it was, okay, I need money to pay the bills.
Yeah.
I need money to pay for the vacation. I need money to take the dogs to the vet. I was like, money was just something that I had to get to because the function demanded that I needed this money. Now I'm like, okay, what do I want to, like, if you have like I said,
you have freedom of choice.
Well, I think of it as a battery, like currency, like an electrical current. I know money is a currency, right?
Yeah.
But I think of it as like money as an energy, or like, and I don't mean like energy. I mean like an electricity. That's what I call electricity, a current, right?
Yeah.
And so what are you going to use that electricity for? So I look at it as, if I got a battery now, what do I want to use the electricity that's in that battery to? Do I want to make a light? Do I want to make a fan? Do I want to, whatever I want to do with it? And so I think of it in terms of like, what do I want to focus on? Like, what engine do I want to power with that battery, kind of thing. So that's how I kind of look at it. But it's there was a transition part right there where I'm like, oh shit, am I going to have enough money to pay my bills? And then it took a while for me to sort of change my mind about like money, because I used to think of it in terms of I say abundance, like scarcity versus abundance, right? Yep. And I think that when you do that, like I can understand why people who have like 9-to-5 jobs, and they hear like Dave Ramsey, or they hear you, or they hear even me. Like I'm not like, people think I'm not a millionaire, man. I mean, I make a good chunk of change, but I'm not a millionaire by any stretch of the definition. But like when they hear me talk about money, they go, "Oh, who are these rich guys talking shit?" Right, or like they read Rich Dad Poor Dad, they go, "Yeah, it's easy for you to say," kind of thing. And they can't, like, I hate to even use the term mindset, but they can't even really like, there's no frame of reference for them for like where you are at and them. So whatever you talk about money sounds like it's just like bullshit and woo-woo magical thinking, and dig down deep into that Tony Robbins well of confidence and stuff like that. And so to them, you might as well be speaking Chinese, because that's just not the language that they can speak at that point. And so I understand if there's like anger, if there's, I don't know,
there's a lot of miscommunication.
Ill will, or there's just frustration. Maybe it's frustration is a better word for it. Because I would be the same way. Like even today, when I hear like guys who are financial gurus, I'm like, I get it now, but would I have got this like just 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago? And I would have been like really pissed off. And I understand how like people like, you want to know like why like people in Antifa get pissed off at rich, eat the rich, kind of thing. It's redistribute the wealth kind of thing. I understand where that mentality is, because those people don't have the same frame of reference as like a Robert Kiyosaki or people who actually have money. And so anything they say sounds like condescending to anybody who's in that set that's working by the old set of rules.
Right.
Yeah.